Hi there, everybody. My name is Richard McMunn from the interview training company howtobecome.com. And in this training video, I'm going to teach you how to pass your team leader interview by providing you with sample questions and also suggested answers. So if you have any kind of leadership coming up whatsoever, whether it is for a small business, a medium-sized business, or a strategic leadership role, this training tutorial is going to help you. So straight into it. A very warm welcome to this tutorial. That's me there on the right hand side, Richard McMunn. I've been helping people like you for many years now to pass their interviews. As a leader myself, I spent 17 years as a leader in the fire service. I've also, for the last 15 years, been running my own business as a leader and an entrepreneur. And these interview questions are extremely common in leadership style interviews, and I believe I will give you evidence based suggested answers to help you prepare effectively. So, we're going to focus on the team leader interview. As usual, please make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out. All you need to do is to click the red button below this video. I am creating these videos on a weekly basis now, and you will therefore be the first to be notified as soon as I upload fresh ones. Also, if you do like the content, I would very, very much appreciate it if you gave the video a thumbs up. I would very much appreciate that. You can also connect with me on LinkedIn if you want to by having a look in the description below the video once you've finished watching this. Okay, here we go. So, team leader interview questions and answers. Now, it's important to stress from the outset that you are going to be assessed against a number of competencies. Now, these are very simple to understand, but I'm going to quickly go through them and then provide the suggested answers to each question. So, the competencies for a leader include your leadership style. So, this is your ability to lead and inspire other people, and this is important towards achieving the company's goal. It doesn't matter whether you are going to be a leader in a local supermarket, a care home, or a very big organization. The company has goals, and your job as a leader is to get your team towards those goals. Also, another competency is the management and problem solving skills that you have. So, obviously, as a team leader, you will have to solve problems. So, this is about your ability to manage your staff, manage time, and the resources at your disposal in order to meet the company's goals and also solve problems when required. You also have to have strong organizational skills. And this is about you being capable of managing multiple tasks all at once and different projects in order to meet, again, the company's goals. Other competencies, you have to be a motivational leader. And this is about motivating people to get the most from them. So, one of the questions might be, can you give an example of when you've motivated an underperforming member of staff? And I will give you an answer to that question you can use. Decision making skills, you have to make a decision. And that takes courage sometimes. So you need courage and skills to make the right decisions in order to meet, again, the company's aims and objectives. And also organizational awareness. What I mean by that is, as a leader, you have to be aware of the bigger picture. And sometimes you have to make unpopular decisions that amongst your team, they might not be popular, but you remember are working for the organization and they will have set aims and targets. Okay, let's get into the sample questions and answers. Make sure you take notes because I believe these are very solid answers for these type of team leader interview questions. Question number 1. Tell me about yourself and why you would make a good team leader. Here's my sample response. I am a hard-working, conscientious and professional leader who has the ability to get the most out of his team. I have many years' experience within similar roles and, having assessed the competencies required for this leadership role, I feel totally confident I will be able to meet the company's mission and goals by implementing effective leadership and management skills. One of the aspects of the team leader role I enjoy the most is being able to positively motivate and inspire a team to get the most from them. From a personal perspective, I am always looking to learn and develop, and I spend some of my personal time outside of work reading development books in order to widen the resources available to me so I can continually improve as a leader. I feel confident that if I am successful today at interview, you will see a positive impact within the team as we work towards achieving the company goals and targets. So that's quite an in-depth response that I've broken down for you into 4 parts there. And that is a solid response that will get you off on the right foot for your team leader interview. Question number 2, how would you motivate a team to get the most out of them? So remember, I mentioned that one of the competencies is being able to motivate your staff, okay? So here we go, here's my suggested answer. One of the first things I would do when leading a new team is conduct individual appraisals. This is really important in order to find out more about the team members, but to also define my expectations of them within their role and to also set them targets. I would then use a combination of positive communication skills, praise when it is deserved, and supportive management techniques to drive the team forward to achieve our goals. Whilst I am a firm believer in delegating tasks and responsibilities to team members based on their individual strengths, I also like to have a positive presence within the office and encourage people to be the best they can be by providing support, guidance, and regular team meetings to motivate and inspire. Again, in my opinion, another really solid answer to that team leader question. If you need to take notes, please feel free to pause the video, take notes as you go along, and then you can use these suggested answers in your team leader interview. Next question. Describe a time when you managed multiple team tasks. So obviously as a team leader, you're not just going to be given one task to do, you will have multiple tasks. Okay, so how you manage these is by being organized and also planning and delegating. So here we go, here's the answer. In a previous role, I was managing a small team of 5 people. It was the start of the financial year and I had 6 projects on the go all at once. The projects including conducting team appraisals, achieving company targets, developing a new product for the business, and also undertaking internal staff training. As the team leader, it was my job to prioritise the tasks based on importance and deliver each one to the required standard. I achieved this by planning my week well ahead of schedule, setting targets and deadlines for each team member, and by also holding weekly meetings to assess progress and to also provide support and solutions when needed. Each task was completed successfully, and I feel this was achieved due to proper planning and by each team member taking personal responsibility for their part of the task. So, again, really solid answer. You'll notice that these are all evidence-based responses. Okay, evidence, you're providing proof of what you can do within that role. Here we go. Next question. Describe a time when you motivated an underperforming member of a team. A really, really common team leader interview question. Let's get into the answer straight away. Here we go. A few years ago, I joined a new team, and one of the first tasks I undertook was to carry out appraisals with each team member. One team member in particular appeared disinterested, and his attitude towards the team goals was poor. I started off by trying to get to know what motivated him by asking probing questions. It soon became clear that his skills and, more importantly, his key strengths were not being utilised. I immediately assigned him to a new project that was based on his strengths and skill set. I also gave him responsibility for overseeing the delivery of that particular project. I immediately noticed a difference in his behaviour and performance. After 4 weeks, he had completed the task successfully. In fact, he delivered the task 2 weeks ahead of schedule. He went on to be an outstanding team member. As a team leader, it is my responsibility to empower and motivate staff, and I would achieve this by getting to know them individually and aligning tasks with their core strengths. Okay, next question. Tell me about a time when you made a difficult decision as a team leader. So remember, one of the competencies is decision-making skills. So this is a situational behavioural type question where you have to give a situation of when you made a difficult decision. Here we go, here's my suggested answer. I once joined a team and part of my brief was to improve their performance as they had been missing targets and deadlines. After conducting an initial appraisal and assessment of the team, I felt one of the senior team members, a man called Andrew, who had been within that particular team for many years, was not performing to the required standard. I felt he was mainly responsible for the lack of performance due to other team members being influenced by him. In order to get things back on track, I took Andrew out of the role he was in and replaced him with another member of the team who was hungry, enthusiastic and keen to impress. Naturally, Andrew was very disappointed, but I felt this was the right decision for the interests of the team and the wider organisational goals. In order to motivate Andrew, I asked him to work as my assistant developing internal project plans and targets. That way, I could spend time motivating him and learning more about his key strengths and skills. The decision, whilst initially unpopular, proved to be the right one. I would never shy away from making difficult decisions. The organisation will always come first over individuals within a team. So that's a great solid answer when you made a difficult decision as a team leader. And remember, I mentioned at the beginning, you have to have the courage and skills to make those hard decisions. Here's a really good question for your team leader interview. Describe your leadership style. So what style of leadership are you? Here's my answer. I would say my style of leadership is a combination of transformational and strategic with the right amount of autocratic demands. I am transformational because I feel I can turn an underperforming team around relatively quickly. And I do this by playing to people's strengths and using positive motivational techniques. I am strategic because I understand and fully buy into my employer's goals and targets. Without these goals and targets, the company would not thrive and I would not have a job. I'm also autocratic when needed, which means I set high standards of my team and I expect them to meet their targets that would form part of their appraisal. So, whilst I am not one particular style of leader, I feel I can draw on a number of different strengths and styles to suit a team and also to meet my employer's long term goals. Okay, if you would like more team leader interview questions and answers, please go to the website passmyinterview.com, or if you click the link below the video, it will take you through to my website here at how to become it. You can get free access to our online interview training course. All you need to do is to click the Get Free Access Now button. There's over 54 training modules within that online course, and it's been helping like literally thousands of people around the world to pass their interview. Guys, don't forget to subscribe. Please do hit the like button. If you have any questions, put them in the comments section below the video. Don't forget to connect with me on LinkedIn, and I genuinely wish you all the very best in your pursuit to passing your team leader interview. Thank you very much for watching.